Good morning, students. Let's quickly revise basic rules of accounts, traditional approach and modern approach. Traditional approach is divided in three parts: personal, real, nominal. Okay. Personal account, due relationship, debit the debtor, credit the creditor, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debtor becomes giver, creditor becomes receiver. Real account debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and nominal account debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Modern approach, asset debit balance, liability credit balance, expenses debit, income credit, and capital account credit balance. Balance sheet pro forma is very important. Equity and liability, shareholder fund, share capital, reserves and surplus, non-current liability, long-term borrowing, deferred tax liability, other long-term liability, long-term provisions. Current liability, short-term borrowing, trade payable, other current liability, short-term provisions. Non-current assets, property, plant and equipment, intangible assets, capital, WIP, intangible assets under development, non-current investment, deferred tax asset, long-term loans and advances, other non-current assets. Current assets, CIT, CSO, current investment, inventory, trade receivable, cash and cash equivalent, short-term loans and advances, other current assets. Then we have accounting standards. Accounting standard 1, disclosure boundary policy. 2, inventory valuation. 3, cash flow statement. 4, contingencies and events occurring after balance sheet date. 5, net profit or loss for the period prior period items. Changes in accounting policy. 6 is removed. 7 is a construction contract. 8 is removed. 9 is revenue recognition. 10 is property, plant and equipment. Intangible assets. 11 effects of changes in foreign exchange rate. 12 is accounting for government grant. 13 accounting for investment. 14 accounting for amalgamation. 15 employee benefits. 16 borrowing costs. 17 segment reporting. 18 related party disclosures. 19 leases. 20 earning per share. 21 consolidated financial statement. 22 accounting for taxes on income. 23 investment associates in consolidated financial statement. 24 discontinuing operation. 25 interim financial reporting. 26 intangible assets, and 27 for financial reporting of interest in joint venture. 28 impairment of assets, and 29 provisions, contingent liability and contingent assets. So this was a quick revision of your basic rules, balance sheet, and what is the third one? Is your names of accounting standards. So let's quickly revise. Amalgamation. Yes. Amalgamation entries. Any one of you who wants to take revision? Entries in the amalgamation. Fatafat. Yes, Preeti. Books of transferor. Fast.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Good morning, beta.
सर पहले एसेट ट्रांसफर, रियलाइजेशन अकाउंट डेबिट टू एसेट अकाउंट, लाइबिलिटीज ट्रांसफर, लाइबिलिटी अकाउंट टू रियलाइजेशन अकाउंट, देन परचेज कंसिडरेशन ड्यू, ट्रांसफरिंग कंपनी अकाउंट अटैच टू रियलाइजेशन अकाउंट, देन प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल ट्रांसफर, preferential capital account attached to preference shareholders account, then equity share and reserve is transferred. So equity share capital account debit, reserves and surplus account debit to equity share holders account, then PC settlement, which is purchase consideration settlement. Equity share in transferring company, preference share in transferring company that are to transferring company account, then realization expenses paid, then realization account debit to bank account, then preference share holder is paid, so preference share holder account debit to realization account if excess paid, or if a lot less is paid, to preference sharing transferring company to realization account, then realization is
Preference
closed.
shareholder account debit, realization account debit to preferences in new company to realization.
Realization account is then realization account is closed, which is realization account debit to equity shareholders when profit is transferred. Equity shareholders account debit to realization account when loss is transferred. Then equity share holder is paid, which is equity shareholder account debit to equity shareholders in transferring company.
To equity shares in new company.
Equity
shares in transferring company, not shareholder.
Shareholders in transferring company to bank or
Equity
bank.
shares in transferring company.
Equity shareholders account debit to equity shares in transferring company to cash or bank.
Very good. बहुत fast था, quick था, very good.
Thank you.
Yes, nice revision. Hardik,
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
fast था बेटा. Merger method. मेरे वाला speed.
सर मर्जर मेथड सर फर्स्ट आएगी बिजनेस परचेज अकाउंट डेबिट टू लिक्विडेटर अकाउंट, सेकंड सन्ड्री एसेट्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू सन्ड्री लाइबिलिटीज टू बिजनेस परचेज if it is net purchase
Two
method.
reserves you forgot.
Yes, sir, two reserves. And if it is a no, sir, I was telling the balancing figure. If it
Okay,
is a
net asset method, there is no balancing method.
no, sir, net purchase method. Net
Hmm.
purchase method. If
Net payment method.
net payment method, then there will be a balancing figure which will be settled in reserve and surplus. If net assets, then there will be no balancing figure and reserves and surplus will be taken over. Then, sir, fourth entry will be
Third entry.
third entry will be we will cancel out the liquidator's account, that is liquidator account debit to equity share capital to preference share capital to cash if issued in fractional for fractional shares.
Hmm.
Then, sir, fourth will
Two
be
security premium you forgot.
yes, sir, to security premium.
Hmm.
Then, sir, fourth will be if there is any debentures that are taken over. If debentures are taken over, then the old debentures of the transferor company account debit, general reserve account debit to new debentures which are issued to security premium. Then, sir, intercompany owings. If there is any intercompany owings, then creditor account debit or trade payables account debit to debtor account or trade receivable. Then, sir, after intercompany owing, if there is any sort of unrealized profit, then, sir, uh, general reserve account debit to stock account. And if yes, sir, sorry, okay.
Over.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Yes. Kasak Yadav ji. Purchase method.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Yes. Good morning, beta.
सर परचेज मेथड में फर्स्ट एंट्री लिक्विडेटर नहीं बिजनेस परचेज अकाउंट डेबिट टू लिक्विडेटर ऑफ ट्रांसफर कंपनी, देन सेकंड एंट्री एसेट अकाउंट डेबिट टू लायबिलिटीज अकाउंट एंड रिजर्व टू रिजर्व इफ नेट एसेट मेथड टू बिजनेस परचेज, एंड इफ इट्स नेट पेमेंट मेथड देन वो एसेट अकाउंट डेबिट गुडविल अकाउंट डेबिट टू लायबिलिटीज अकाउंट और कहता है टू कैपिटल रिजर्व अकाउंट एंड टू बिजनेस परचेज अकाउंट. Then next entry, liquidator account debit to equity share capital to preference share capital to debentures to cash. And if वो debenture holders are given new shares, then old debentures account debit to new debentures account. And if it's net asset method, then वो reserve account is debited. And if it's net payment method, then goodwill or capital reserve account. And intercompany owings के लिए creditors account debit to debtors account, and for intercompany transaction वो general reserve for net asset, general reserve account debit to वो inventory account, and for net payment method वो goodwill और
Goodwill or
capital
capital reserve.
reserve. हाँ, और statutory reserve if transfer, then amalgamation adjustment reserve account debit or to statutory reserves account, and last entry is वो realization expenses for net asset reserves account, and for net payment goodwill or capital reserve account debit to cash account.
Very good. Chalo. So today we are going to start with illustrations. Yes, beta. Kasak. Thank you. Illustrations complete करते हैं. We are on illustration number. Yes, Preeti.
The 9.
8, no?
So, sorry, 8 से start.
It was very easy. If you go by, I will take first. Illustration 9. Illustration 9. Yes, Preeti, read.
Yes, sir. The following are the balance sheet of P Limited and Q Limited as 31st March 2001. Shareholder funds, share capital, reserves and surplus, non-current liabilities, long-term borrowings, current liabilities, trade payables, assets, non-current assets, PPE, non-current investments, current assets, inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalents. Notes to account, share capital, equity shares of rupees 10 each and 10% preference shares of 100 each. Long-term borrowings and in long-term borrowing, 12% debentures.
Okay.
Then trade payables are as under.
And trader receivable as given. Okay.
Property, plant and equipment of both the companies are to be revalued at 15% above book value. So ये revalued हो जाएगा.
Both companies.
Yes, sir.
Both companies. अभी इसमें जो ट्रांसफरी कंपनी होगा उसका बैलेंस यू विल ट्रांसफर टू रिवैल्यूएशन सरप्लस अकाउंट एंड जो ट्रांसफरर कंपनी है ट्रांसफरर कंपनी इसकी बुक वैल्यू विल गेट चेंज मीन्स रिवैल्यूड अमाउंट पे यू विल टेक इट ओवर इसमें सेकंड इफेक्ट इज ऑफ नो यूज इसमें सेकंड इफेक्ट का यूज है गॉट द कॉन्सेप्ट
Yes, sir.
ट्रांसफरी कंपनी का सेकंड इफेक्ट इज यूजफुल एंड ट्रांसफरर कंपनी के सेकंड इफेक्ट का नो यूज व्हाट इज द एंट्री यू आर पासिंग पीपी अकाउंट डेबिट टू
Revaluation surplus.
revaluation surplus or revaluation reserve you can call it as so ये दोनों भी नया एडजस्टमेंट था दिस इज द आईएमपी एडजस्टमेंट नया क्या था इसमें दिस इज द न्यू एडजस्टमेंट हाँ नेक्स्ट
Both the companies are to pay 10% equity dividend, but the preference dividend have been already paid.
क्या एंट्री करोगे ट्रांसफरी का
Transfer
पी एंड एल डाउन एंड बैंक बैलेंस डाउन एंड ट्रांसफरर का ओनली वी आर इंटरेस्टेड इन पी एंड एल नीचे गया नो नॉट इंटरेस्टेड पी एंड एल में नॉट इंटरेस्टेड ओनली बैंक बैलेंस जो नीचे जाएगा वो इंटरेस्टेड ये देखना है बिकॉज वी आर नॉट टेकिंग ओवर पी एंड एल गॉट दिस
Yes, sir.
हाँ नाउ नेक्स्ट वन
After the above transactions are given effect to, P Limited will absorb Q Limited on the following terms.
So P
So,
limited is transferee,
transferee,
U limited is
Q
transferer.
transferee. Yes,
Ah.
sir. 8 equity shares of 10 each will be issued by P at par.
How many equity shares are there? Of
Three.
Q limited?
3 lakhs.
3 lakhs shares.
3 lakh shares.
3 lakh shares.
Sorry, 30,000 shares.
30,000 shares. Then divide by
6
6. 6
into
of
8
Q and 8 of P.
P.
And
Will
one
get
share is of
10
par.
rupees. 4 lakhs.
How much?
4 lakhs.
4 lakhs. 10% will be paid at 10% discount. But in new company, your preference share is of 100 each only. So what is your preference share capital over there? Preference share capital कितना है उधर देखो. Yes, how much of
Sir,
Q
1,000.
Limited?
1,000 rupee. 1,000 shares.
I'm not interested in 1,000. I'm directly interested in amount. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So 1 lakh minus 10%, I'm getting this 90,000.
8,000.
And 12% debenture holders are to be paid at 8% premium, will be issued at 10% discount. So what is the premium amount?
8%.
So we are paying 2 lakhs plus 8%. How much? 90, 10, 100
2,16,000.
and 10% discount. We want to pay 2,16,000. So 2,16,000 divided by 90 into 100. So answer is 2,40,000.
2,40,000.
Understood what we have to do? First we have to add 8%. Then issued at discount. So 90, 10, 100. Sorry. I made a mistake, beta. 1,50,000 I have to take. Again. Sorry. 1,50,000 because I consider for
P
P
Limited.
Limited. Actually, it should be Q Limited. So
Oh.
1,50,000 plus 8%. So what is the amount?
1,62,000.
I think 1,80,000 is there.
Yes, sir.
1,62,000 divided by 90 into
90
100.
into 100.
Yes.
1,80,000.
30,000 is to be paid by P Limited for liquidation expenses. So depending on goodwill or capital reserve,
Yes, sir.
sundry creditors and a intercompany
Interowning
owings
company.
and inventories and trade receivable are to be taken over at 5% lesser than the book value.
Provision हो जाएगा.
Debtors का provision. So 1,90,000 minus 5%, it will be 1,80,500. And what about inventory? 3,20,000 minus 5%. 3,04,000.
4,000.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the property, plant and equipment value, beta?
सर P Limited का 8,05,000 है
7 lakh plus 15%.
and Q Limited का 2,87,500.
Revaluation reserve. One lakh 5,000, correct?
Yes, sir.
And here is of no use. Means you can write it, but ultimately we are not taking it over. So no use. Got this?
Yes, sir.
And dividend. How much equity dividend you are paying? 60,000 and 30,000. So minus 60,000.
minus 30,000. 60,000.
And again no use.
Yes.
Dividend and revaluation.
Evaluation.
Because liabilities and liability reserves are not taken over. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Over.
Yes, sir.
And inventory और ये लिख दिया. Okay. and PC also. C. Now first thing, what are you going to calculate?
PC.
PC. Now PC is equal to, in our question, amount payable to preference shareholder and amount payable to equity
Equity
shareholder
shares
in the
holder.
form of preference shares and equity shares, correct?
Yes, sir.
So how much is the PC beta?
Sir, equity shareholders is 4
4
lakh
lakh.
and preference share is 90,000.
4 lakh and preference share is 90,000.
Total 4,90,000.
PC. Your net assets will be assets.
Minus liabilities.
Yes.
Assets is 8,91,500.
See, 2,87,500
Yes, sir.
plus 80,000 plus 3,04,000 plus this is 2,05,000, no?
Yes, sir.
Plus 2,05,000 and plus 10,000. So my assets is of how much beta? Yes. Can you calculate?
8,82,000.
8,82,000. And what is my liability value? Liability is taken over at 1,62,000, no?
Yes, sir. Debentures 1,62,000.
62,000 and trade payable as it is. How much?
5,70,000.
Huh?
Okay, मैं
अच्छा,
gross बोल रही हूँ.
net assets 5 lakh.
5,70,000.
So tell me, if your net assets of 5,70,000 and PC 4,90,000, so you are in profit or loss?
Loss, sir. Will get capital reserve.
We are in loss.
Sorry. We are in profit. We'll get capital reserve.
हाँ, you are answering correctly, but you are saying loss. Loss में कैसे capital reserve आएगा? Loss is goodwill.
Capital reserve of 80,000.
Capital reserve of 80,000. Now, how my balance sheet will look like? See, my equity share capital is already 8 lakhs.
Yes, sir.
And how much equity share capital I'm issuing to that company?
4 lakhs.
4 lakhs. So it will be 12 lakhs. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Preferential capital is already, sorry. My equity share capital is 6 lakhs.
10 lakhs.
10 lakhs. Preferential capital is already
2 lakhs plus 90,000.
2,90,000. Reserves and surplus, my dear. I will take 3 lakhs minus 1,05,000. Sorry, 3 lakh plus है ना वो 3 lakh रिवैल्यूएशन सरप्लस आएगा. क्या क्या आएगा इसमें? एक नॉर्मल रिजर्व्स,
3,000.
एक रिवैल्यूएशन रिजर्व एंड एक कैपिटल रिजर्व.
Capital reserve. Yes, sir.
सो रिजर्व्स में 3 lakh minus 60,000, so that will be 2,40,000, no?
2,40,000. Yes, sir.
I will take it in the inner side, this. Two lakh 40,000. Revaluation reserve is
1,05,000.
1,05,000. And what is the capital reserve you calculated?
80,000.
But I won't consider it now because still there are some adjustment.
Yes.
Okay. Long-term borrowings.
1,62,000.
No. Now 1,80,000
हाँ
plus 2 lakhs. So this will be 3,80,000 and minus discount will be 18,000. Discount you will debit to P&L account, no?
यस सर।
So this
तो
is
ये
new.
रिजर्व्स में से डिडक्ट होगा।
हाँ, reserves में से deduct होगा. So this discount I will deduct from reserves. 18,000. Got this?
यस सर।
So 162 1,80,000 पे शो करेंगे minus 18,000 from reserves. Trade payable 3,50,000 with breakup, and my asset side will be 805 plus 80 plus 240 plus 420 plus 110 minus 60. So my asset side is 15 lakh 95,000
95,000।
plus I am getting the assets of 8 lakh
82,000।
24 lakh
77,000।
77,000
सर
and
ट्रेड
my
पेबल 3,50,000 कैसा है?
250 plus 4 lakh, sorry,
और
4 lakh. 240 minus 18 plus 105 plus 80. 4,07,000
4,07,000।
1000 plus 380 plus 400. Tallied at 2477.
380 प्लस। यस सर।
24,77,000 tallied figure. This is how you should solve this question. क्या गलत आया था आपका? क्या गया था ये?
सर मेरा रिवैल्यूएशन सरप्लस में चलेगा।
एक्चुअली बैलेंस शीट इज नॉट आस्क, बट मैंने बैलेंस शीट भी बना लिया. आई विल शो यू द आंसर ऑल्सो. बैलेंस शीट नहीं पूछा था, बट वी सॉल्व इट एट 24,18,000.
24,84,000।
18,000 कैसे आया पूछ रही है तांबेश्वरी. बेटा 1,62,000 का डिवेंचर था जो 1,80,000 पे इशू किया इन न्यू कंपनी. 10% डिस्काउंट मीन्स 90 रुपीज का डिवेंचर यू इशूड एट 90 रुपीज एंड व्हाट इज द फेस वैल्यू 100. So 162 we want to give them. So what will be the face value? It will be 1,80,000 तांबेश्वरी. इजी था बेटा ये क्वेश्चन.
यस सर।
पक्का.
यस सर जनरल एंट्रीज कर लिए थे, उसमें एक डाउट है सर मुझे।
हाँ जी बोलिए.
सर ना स्टडी मैट में ना जब हम लोग कैपिटल रिजर्व का एंट्री लगाते हैं तो उसमें ना दो एंट्रीज दिए हैं, गुडविल टू बैंक, फिर उसको फिर वापस कैंसिल कर दिया और ये कैपिटल
आप
रिजर्व
डायरेक्ट कैपिटल रिजर्व को डालें.
मतलब मैंने वही किया, बस स्टडी मैट में दो दिया तो।
एक बार देख लीजिए एंट्रीज. ये एंट्री बराबर है.
ये सर ये सर।
हाँ. बिजनेस परचेस 490.
490।
हमारा कैपिटल रिजर्व 80,000 आया था.
यस सर। डिबेंचर्स 1,60,000।
इंस्टीट्यूट ने 12% डिबेंचर डिस्काउंट अकाउंट डेबिट ही दिया है ना.
यस सर।
मैट में चेक कर.
यस सर डिस्काउंट ऑन इशू ऑफ डिबेंचर्स
अच्छा,
18,000।
आई फॉरगॉट वन इफेक्ट बेटा. क्रेडिटर्स टू डेटर्स और बैलेंस शीट और 10,000 से नीचे आ जाएगी. 24 लाख हमारा कितना आया था?
24,47 आया।
हाँ, तो 10,000 से और कम हो जाएगा बिकॉज इंटर कंपनी ओइंग्स इज देयर नो.
यस सर, कैंसिल हो जाएगा डेबिट
तो
क्रेडिटर्स।
24,37,000 हो जाएगा। ओके,
यस सर।
हमारा कितना आया था हार्दिक? आपने लिखा नहीं क्या बैलेंस शीट? $24,77,000 आया था। क्यों हमारा इतना क्यों आया था? चेक करो। यस हार्दिक, कहाँ पे गलत किया था हमने?
सर और हमने जो वो इंटर कंपनी ओएक्स नहीं माइनस करा, और दूसरा सर हमने वो क्या कहते हैं लिक्विडेशन एक्सपेंसेस को कंसिडर नहीं करा।
ओ, लिक्विडेशन एक्सपेंस कितने के हैं?
सर
30,000 सर।
30,000।
हाँ, तो हमारी बैलेंस शीट 40,000 से नीचे जाएगी, 40,000 से।
यस सर।
24,77 minus 40. Okay,
24।
liquidation expenses also we forgot.
यस सर।
Capital reserve to bank. Sorry. दो entries we forgot, beta, actually. One is the intercompany owings and second one liquidation expense. Liquidation expense will be capital reserve to bank. Correct?
यस सर।
यस।
हाँ, तो अपनी बैलेंस शीट इतने से टैली होगी। एक्चुअली बैलेंस शीट इज नॉट आस्क्ड, इट इज ओनली फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग पर्पस। इजी?
यस सर।
Yes, any doubt in illustration number 9? We completed illustration 9. Any doubt, raise your hand. Ajay Surya, where are you finding this problem difficult?
Sir, in book, the last entry I finding difficult, sir. Goodwill to bank.
Capital reserve to bank, you can directly pass entry.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay? Now
Okay, sir.
simple.
Yes, sir. Now I got it.
Dividend amount, one student is asking. Harshpreet is asking dividend amount. Can you tell me dividend amount?
Dividend.
60,000 for
Uh,
Petition.
P Limited. Correct, Ajay?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And what about Q Limited?
You limited.
What is the
Uh,
share capital?
30,000, sir.
30,000. And uh, for which company we are going to give two effects?
Uh, Second effect is Q. Q limited.
For Q Limited, we will give two effects or only one effect.
Transfer company.
Sir, அதாவது transferor company get two effect, transferring company get one effect. New company.
Exactly ulta bola.
Transferring company will have two effects.
Transferee company, we will give two effects because transferee company balance sheet we are going to prepare. And transferor we are going to take over. And are you going to take over reserves of that company?
No, sir.
Then why we should concern for reserves and surplus of transferor? And therefore transferor we are giving only one effect. We are actually there, we should give two effects, but we are not interested in reserves and surplus. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So which company we will consider two effects for which company?
Transferee.
That is P Limited. And for transferor, we will consider only one effect because reserves and surplus are not taken over. And yes, and if this question is of merger method, then second effect is also considered because we take over resource also.
Yes, sir.
Ajay ji, it's very simple. See beta, we have to see assets and liabilities taken over value. We have to see equity share capital and preference share capital. This is, we called it as PC normally. And this taken over value and PC value ka difference will be capital reserve in this question. Just try to understand, we are taking over one business. Suppose if it is of 1 lakh rupees and we are paying him 80,000 rupees, so we are in profit, and that profit will be capital reserve. Reserves and surplus of that company we are not taking over in purchase method. Why this is purchase method? Because you change the value of inventory and debtors. A single asset value change, it is a purchase method. We are taking it over at lesser than the book value. Ajay, where are you getting, confusion?
Sir, no, sir, I'm clear, but telling something uh, due
Now
to
I
some.
ask you very simple question. Equity dividend. For which company you will consider both effects? So transferee, because transferee company we have to tally our balance sheet. Transfer company, we are taking their assets and liabilities and we are paying according to our policies. So we are not taking over their reserves. So we are not concerned for second effect of equity dividend. What is the effect of equity dividend? Resource and surplus will get reduced and cash and balance will get reduced. So what are you taking over? Are you taking over resource and surplus?
No, sir.
So this effect is no use. And cash balance, are we consider, yes, are we taken over cash account?
Yes, sir.
So this account is, yes, is of use. Property, plant and equipment. What is the entry for revaluation? Property, plant and equipment
Property.
increases. And second
So,
effect, resource revaluation reserve increases. Are you taking over reserve revaluation reserve?
no, sir.
No. So we are giving only property, plant and equipment revised figure.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
But in transferee company, this is our company. So in that company, both effects are important. PPE also and revaluation reserve also. Ajay, my aim is that ki every Sanket sir student, he must tally this question in exam.
Okay,
And what
sir.
is new in this question? See, PC, same adjustment. Debentures, same adjustment. Only debentures might be a new adjustment for you. Okay, so debentures you can write IMP.
Okay, sir.
Okay, whether liquidation expenses is new adjustment for you?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. Intercompany owings, whether new adjustment for you?
No, sir.
No. Correct? And PC discharge is same. So what is new in this question? PPE. So for PPE, transferee company, we will give both effects. But transferor, why we will give only one effect, beta?
Because we don't need to prepare balance sheet
Huh?
of transferor company. Don't need to prepare of balance sheet of transferor company. So we
No,
don't
beta, we
consider.
are going to prepare balance sheet. We will take over assets and liabilities of that company, but we are not taking over resource of that company, and therefore we will not consider second effect. I am telling you.
Okay,
Reason
sir.
is very simple. We are not taking over their reserves, and therefore we are not interested in the second effect of which is related to reserves.
Okay,
The
sir.
reason is not because we are not preparing we are
Bal-
preparing balance sheet. No, balance sheet is over. Reason is reserves are not taken over.
Okay, sir.
And I calculated net assets, I calculated PC, I compare PC with net assets, and we got capital reserve, and then we passed all entries. And I forgot to give effect of liquidation expenses and intercompany owings, and that 40,000 is the balance sheet we are getting at lesser amount. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
my answer was 12 lakh 77,000, but it should be 37,000. Ajay Surya, if you don't answer in the class, it will be difficult for you. Other students also. Now if I ask you question, now your concepts are 100% clear. How many effects we have given for property, plant and equipment in transferee company?
Transferring company to effect, sir.
One effect is
Revalued asset.
okay.
Valuation.
Priti. One
One is
effect.
revalued reserve account. No, another one is revalued asset account.
So one effect asset increases and second effect.
Revaluation reserve.
How many effects for equity dividend?
Two effects for transferring company. Cash and reserves and surplus.
And for transferor?
Transferor is we don't consider reserve entry for transferor, and we consider only cash entry for transferor.
Now 100% clear.
Yes, sir.
Have you completed 9 number question at home?
No, sir.
Why?
I clearing backlogs, sir. Some backlogs in other subjects also.
Beta, why are you waiting for those things which you cannot catch? Okay, now you have to focus on those things which is in your control. So means now you have to focus on this backlog, no? Amalgamation.
Okay, sir.
Which is a current chapter. So next day you can easily revise it. It's okay now. Now what is in your hand that you should consider?
Okay, sir. Make some sense, sir.
See, means if you are not doing homework of these illustrations, beta, then at least you are getting one chance to interact with sir. If you have any query related to amalgamation, you can ask me on very next day. But suppose if you miss something and if you are completing your backlog, means I don't understand why students are doing this mistake. Now, if you are comfortable in amalgamation, so at least try to complete your homework. So next day you can easily answer everything.
Okay, sir. Make some sense.
Yes, at least now in next session you do this. Okay.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
Yes. Ten number. Anjali beta. चलो अंजलि.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
आया क्या आपको 10 नंबर?
यस सर.
हाँ.
यस सर.
Have you completed 10th?
यस सर.
Very good. Where you got the wrong answer? Have you checked it?
यस सर, करेक्ट आंसर आ गया था.
पूरा पहले इसमें
यस
और
सर.
हेल्प लेना पड़ा?
नो सर, ये इजी था क्वेश्चन.
Hari and Vayu.
यस सर.
Hari Limited absorbs Vayu Limited. So who is transferee and who is transferor?
हरी लिमिटेड ट्रांसफर एंड वासु लिमिटेड ट्रांसफर.
चलो बोलिए.
10% preference share are to be paid at 10 premium by issue of 9% preference share of the Hari Limited.
Now tell me
Preference share.
whether new company will record premium or not.
नो सर, प्रीमियम में रिकॉर्ड करेगी
No.
न्यू कंपनी.
No, new company will not record it because they are paying only extra 10%, but same face value. So what is the preference share capital?
1,10,000.
1 lakh rupees plus 10%. So 1,10,000 is PC. Correct?
Yes sir.
Goodwill is 50,000. So intangible asset, this value is 50,000. Building is 1,50,000 and machinery 1,60,000. Say yes or no.
150,000. Yes, sir. 150.
3,10,000. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Inventory to be taken over at 10% less value.
Fifteen 7,500. 90,000.
90,000. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Six lakh 7,500. Trade receivable. Oh, sorry. 7.5%, no? 92,500 बेटा.
Yes, sir.
करेक्ट है. आप
Yes,
बैलेंस
sir.
शीट पे अमाउंट बदलते नहीं हो क्या? आर यू नॉट चेंजिंग इन डॉट बैलेंस शीट?
No, sir. Directly उसमें solve कर लेते थे.
क्वेश्चन पे लिखो ना ये सब अभी.
Yes, sir.
हैव यू चेंज्ड इट नाउ?
Yes, sir.
And equity shareholder will get the necessary equity. Now this necessary is IMP at 5% premium. 5% premium means 10.5 rupees
Right.
is the issue price. Now can you tell me what is the
That's it, sir.
asset value? Assets value?
6,30,000.
Yes, I'm getting net assets of net assets में asset is 6,30,000. And what is your liability value, beta?
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
Gratuity fund.
4,30,000. Say yes or no. Anjali, correct? 4 lakh.
5,30,000. 5,30,000.
Sorry, 5,30,000. Huh. Net asset is 5,30,000. How much preference shares are you issuing?
1,10,000.
Preference share capital. So what is the equity share capital?
4,20,000.
And one share of how much?
10.5.
So how
4
many
lakh.
shares you are going to issue?
4 lakh.
40,000 shares. So out
Yes,
of 40,000, 4 lakh is the equity share capital and security premium will be 20,000. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Simple. So what is asked in the question?
Ledger account. Asu Limited.
Vayu Limited leisure accounts. So लिखा आपने, you understood it?
Yes, sir.
चलो leisure accounts में which leisure account you are going to open बेटा?
Realization account.
Realization account. Second,
Hari Limited.
very good. Hari Limited. Third one,
Preference shareholder account.
very good. Fourth one,
Equity shareholder account.
very good. Next one,
Preference share in Hari Limited.
very good.
Equity share in Hari Limited. Cash account.
No बेटा, cash account we didn't receive, no?
Yes, sir.
क्यों cash not received? I'm very happy बेटा. Anjali, Ajay, Would you like to answer these things? Realization account.
Yes, sir.
Anjali will help you out. Huh? Don't
Okay.
worry. Chalo. So I will open this account in rough. Realization account.
Two asset.
Wait. Hari Limited. अंजलि पहले ये चैप्टर आ रहा था बेटा आपको?
पहले से डिफिकल्ट हो रहा था थोड़ा।
अभी बहुत इजी हो गया क्या?
यस सर।
फुल मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे?
यस सर।
चलो बढ़िया है. चलो. यस अजय.
Uh,
Two assets at which
two-
value?
63.
Huh?
6,30,000. Net
Anjali, is it correct? 6,30,000?
नो सर 5,70,000।
5 lakh?
70,000
Book value na beta. Hey Ajay.
Oh,
Book value. We are not preparing books. We are closing books. So closing it as book value only.
yes, sir.
हाँ ठीक है कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. That's why I'm asking you. Always answer it in the class. If you don't answer, you won't understand your mistakes. Now you never forgot this thing. कि realization account you will always transfer at book value because you will remember कि Sanket sir I answered it wrong.
Yes, sir.
हाँ next liability.
Long-term borrowing 20, trade payables 1 lakh, sir.
1 lakh. Next.
Next, by
In
PC.
exam you will write everything. Huh? All assets and all liabilities. Okay. Now we are saving time.
Okay,
हाँ
sir. PC, but by PC.
PC. हाँ by
PC.
what? By PC. PC's account
Uh,
or by Hari Limited is account.
Hari Limited, sir.
What is the PC? How much PC we calculated?
5,30,000.
5,30,000. Correct. हाँ.
Yes, sir.
And Hari Limited के डेबिट में 2. कौन सा आवाज है?
Sorry, sir. One call. I cut it.
हाँ. 2.
Okay, sir. 5 lakhs up to, sorry, by 2 realization 5,30,000.
To realization 5,30,000. हाँ. Next. Don't refer answer.
Okay,
Next
sir.
entry. हाँ.
Next entry. Next, preference shareholders account.
हाँ. By
Preference share capital.
how much? 1 lakh.
1
By
equity share capital
equity share capital
and reserve
3 lakhs
3 lakhs
and by general reserve 70,000. फटाफट. हाँ. Next.
next
We are getting preference shares and equity shares
opposite entries.
to Hari Limited. How much?
Equity shareholders 4,20,000.
Equity shareholder?
Sorry, equity share capital.
Equity shares in Hari Limited. Capital he will record, no? Why this
Yes,
company will record capital? They will record equity shares in Hari Limited.
sir. Okay, sir. Equity share in 4,20,000. Preference share in Hari Limited 1,10,000.
And second effect,
Hari Limited account by equity shareholders.
by equity shareholder नहीं रे, by equity shares in Hari Limited. By equity shares in Hari Limited.
By equity shares in Hari Limited.
Hari Limited क्या शेयर होल्डर देता है क्या आपको? Whether they will give you shareholder or they will give you shares in their company.
Shares, sir.
Then
Shares.
why equity shareholder? Don't get confused in names.
Okay, sir.
हाँ
4 lakhs, 4,20,000, 1,10,000.
Next. Now you will pay to
Equity shareholders.
preference shareholder. Why equity shareholder directly? Are you paying directly to equity shareholder?
No, sir. First preference share. Next, if any loss, then
So preference shareholder account debit to
preference shareholders account debit to preference shareholder capital.
preference shares in Hari Limited. Why capital beta? Capital we won't record. Please get stable. Ajay ji, please focus. Please do practice.
Okay, sir.
Preference shares in Hari Limited. How much?
1,10,000.
1,10,000. And hereby
Preference shareholder account.
so this account is tallied. Now where is the difference?
By
Realization, no.
yes, sir. Profit.
Excess profit.
Excess amount. Excess amount.
Excess amount paid to them. It's our loss. To preference shareholder 10,000. Now calculate profit or loss. Tell me it's a profit or loss.
80. Yep. Sir, loss 50.
Loss
1,000.
50. How?
Yes.
Is it a credit balance or debit balance?
Sorry, sir. Profit. It's
a
a
profit.
profit.
It's a credit balance, no?
Yes, sir.
To whom you are going to transfer it?
Equity shareholder. Shareholder.
50,000. By
By realization.
realization 50,000.
50,000.
And now you will give them equity shares in Hari Limited. 4,20,000, correct?
Yes, sir.
So equity shares in Hari Limited 4,20,000 and your account is getting tallied. Now Anil ji is saying I have confusion. Now where he has I don't know why now you have confusion. If you are doing this practice, I don't think you have any confusion. Yes, Anil ji, where you have confusion, tell me. Yes, Anil. Can you unmute yourself? I don't understand.
Hello.
हाँ, बोले अनिल.
So now everything is okay. I got clear.
What?
Then I cleared everything. No confusion.
No, you wrote it no in message. I have
So
confusion.
like we were talking with him. Meanwhile, I forgot something. That is the reason why I asked you to repeat.
Okay. Now everything is clear?
Yeah, sir. Everything is fine.
Yes. Rashmi? हाँ बेटा. Ajay, see why you are not getting these answers. Means you know all entries. But the problem is that you are not doing practice properly.
Yes, sir.
You can ask Anjali. She is now answering it. So ask her how many times she solved such type of problems. Anjali, कितनी बार solve किया आपने ये सब?
सर पहले तो जब सर ने खुद करवाया था दूसरे सर ने तब किया था तब समझ नहीं आया था, अब दोबारा खुद कर रही हूँ तो समझ आ रहा है कैसे किया है।
I don't think now you
सेकंड
will
टाइम
need my help also. My help will be only for sometimes for PC calculation, or sometimes it might be any difficult adjustment. मुझे नहीं
यस
लगता है
सर।
कि now you have any question. And I want other students will answer in the class now. I don't want same students and now Harshpreet you answer, Isha you have to answer. गलत होने दो. So Ajay Surya, where you made mistake?
Lack
Where
of
you are
practice.
getting confusion?
Due to I don't do practice well.
What is the problem I'm telling you? You are getting confused in this holder, preference shares, and why you are getting confused in these names? Because you are not writing by your own.
Yes, sir.
And see, this is a course where you have to sit for 5 to 10 hours on one place. We are mentally fit people. If you are unfit for sitting on one place, then better this course is not for you. Everyone has to do this practice. And see, it will take 1 hour we completed. Have you understood that we completed 1 hour?
No,
Ajay Surya?
no, sir, it's
No.
gone.
Why? Because now these problems are very easy for you. Now you know every concept, but you are not doing any practice.
Yes, sir.
Now, beta, you left with only 3 months.
Yes, sir.
And I will not be with you for next month. So this is the last chance you are getting to answer it in the class. You answer very well, but the problem is that you are getting confused in names. Holder, you are not giving proper second effect, and at home you have to speak loudly. Realization account debit to asset, book value, buy liabilities, book value, buy Hurry Limited, then Hurry Limited book to realization. You spoke like this. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
Chalo. Next question is to Harshpreet before break.
Good
Yes,
morning, sir.
Harshpreet. Now, what will be the entries in the books of Hurry Limited? First entry.
Business purchases account debit to liquidator of YO Limited.
How much PC?
5,30,000.
5,30,000. Second entry.
Sir, assets account debit.
Assets account debit. At which value? Book value or revalued amount?
Sir, revalued amount.
That is a fair value. So assets account debit,
To liabilities.
6,30,000.
Yes, sir.
To liabilities, 1 lakh. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And to business purchase, 5,30,000. Are
Yes.
you going to record any balancing figure as goodwill or capital reserve?
No, sir.
Because this is net asset method.
Yes,
This
sir.
is
Net asset method.
you have given equity shares as per net asset calculation. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Sir, liquidators account debit to equity share capital,
530.
5,30,000. To equity share capital, to
How
preferred share
much?
capital,
4 lakhs. To
to
preference share capital, you are paying
1,10,000.
1,10,000. And to security premium will be
20,000.
20,000. Over?
बस सर कोई और एडजस्टमेंट नहीं है.
No adjustment. Okay. Now balance sheet. Already हरी लिमिटेड की एसेट कितने की थी?
सर 10 लाख.
हाँ, हरी
सर
लिमिटेड,
एसेट।
हाँ हरी लिमिटेड एसेट्स. See the total of assets side of Hari Limited.
सर 13,50,000।
I don't understand मतलब हर्षप्रीत, सामने आंसर है and you are getting confused. 13,50,000. How much you are getting
सर
from Vayu Limited?
यस 1 मिनट।
Assets की वैल्यू कितनी है? You passed journal entry correctly. 6,30,000. No.
यस सर।
What is the liabilities total of Hari Limited?
सर लाइबिलिटीज टोटल
Hari
सर
Limited की
1,75,000।
how? Hari
1
Limited
लाख।
की liability?
सॉरी हरी।
Liabilities I am asking you, not share capital.
सर 1,80,000।
हर्षप्रीत क्या कंफ्यूजन है बेटा?
सर कोई
1,80,000. And how much they are getting from Vayu Limited?
सर 1 लाख।
What is the equity share capital of Hari Limited?
सर 1 लाख।
Check it properly.
तो 10 लाख 10 लाख।
How much they are getting from Vayu Limited? How much they are issuing to Vayu Limited?
सर 4 लाख।
तो स्टार्टिंग में क्या हुआ आपको?
तो वो मैंने थोड़ा एंट्रीज लिखी नहीं थी तो कंफ्यूज हो गई थी।
प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल
सर 1 लाख हरी लिमिटेड।
एंड वायु लिमिटेड
1,10,000।
रिजोर्स एंड सरप्लस ऑफ हरी लिमिटेड.
सर जनरल रिजर्व 70,000 प्लस सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम 20,000।
हाँ, and security premium of
20,000।
20,000 and 2,80,000 is real liability.
यस
Check 1,400 plus 210 plus 70 plus 20 plus 280. You are getting 19,80,000
यस
and 1,350 plus tallied.
यस
सब आता है, आप फिर भी कंफ्यूजन है ना हर्षप्रीत?
सर मैंने एंट्रीज नहीं लिखी तो कंफ्यूज।
नहीं लिखी तो क्या हुआ? लाइबिलिटी साइड चेक नहीं कर सकते?
यस सर सॉरी सर।
You can take provision for doubtful debts separately.
यस
ठीक है, बहुत बढ़िया. We are going to solve 11 number after break. So in break you can do this question. हर्षप्रीत अभी कैसे लग रहा है आपको ये चैप्टर?
सर इजी लग रहा है अभी तो। सर थोड़ा थोड़ा कंफ्यूज होती हूँ लेकिन अच्छा
क्या?
इजी है बाकी। सर इजी है कभी कभी कंफ्यूज हो जाती हूँ थोड़ा।
अभी बेटा थोड़ा तो एक हाथ दो एडजस्टमेंट तो डिफिकल्ट आएगा ही ना. और अभी आपने डिफिकल्ट एडजस्टमेंट को क्या
यस सर
करते हो आप लोग? यू आर राइटिंग
सर
ऑन,
उसको इम्पोर्टेंट लिख देते हैं और
लिख देते हो ना? और रिवीजन कब
यस
होगा
सर
अभी वो पता नहीं, पर करो कभी ना कभी.
नहीं सर ओके।
And you can see I only helped you. I never answered directly any question. I develop your thinking in this amalgamation. So, but I don't think now you have problems in this chapter. Sometimes some adjustment might be difficult. That I also have to check this adjustment sometimes. Okay, so 100% you won't get confidence. Sometimes what happens, institute wants security premium, but we have considered directly. So your capital or security premium may get changed. Okay, so do it properly. Yes, Vaidehi, what is the difficulty, beta?
सर आई हैव
सर
वन डाउट
हाँ, बोले.
सर जो हम वो एंट्री वाले ऑल डिबेंचर अकाउंट डेबिट टू डिबेंचर्स अकाउंट
हम्म.
सर उसमें जो रिजर्व अकाउंट है वो वाली बताना उसमें क्या है सर
वो डिस्काउंट नहीं क्या अभी हमने किया था.
ओके सर वो डिस्काउंट की लिखना है
हाँ, वो
ओके
रिजर्व्स में से माइनस कर देंगे वो फिर.
ओके सर थैंक यू सर
यस वैदेही.
sir, I have a doubt in purchase consideration calculation. In net asset method, we take the asset taken over and liabilities taken over. So if the question is silent about the liabilities taken over, so we shouldn't take that, or we assume that we should take that.
If question is silent for,
Liabilities taken over.
no, if they are taking your business, then liabilities also they have to take it, no?
But in purchase method, they give that they taken over the assets at the some revalued value.
And if nothing is mentioned, we have to take liabilities also because we are not buying only specific asset. This is not the question where you are buying the business. So business you are buying with along with their liabilities also.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so don't get confused if they have not mentioned any other things. You have to take
Okay, sir.
consider liabilities also.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, and provision you can record it separately, 7.5%. Students, yes, provision you have to record it separately. You won't record trade receivable at gross amount and provision on the credit side. And ultimately your asset side में से less करके बताओगे. So it will be the same amount. Yes, Vaidehi?
Yes, sir.
Still
Yes, sir.
any
Thank you, sir.
confusion or you can answer it now very well.
It's I can answer it, sir.
So previously you told me that these questions are very difficult one.
Yes, sir.
Still the
But
same
no, sir.
conclusion or now it is very easy?
No, sir. It after practice, it is quite easy, sir.
Okay. How many questions you solved yesterday?
I solved all TYK questions, sir.
TYK questions. You got the answer?
Okay. Yes, sir. After 2 times, I got the answer.
And reference. Now you need reference or no? There you won't need it.
I won't need it, sir.
You directly answered it.
Yes, sir.
अरे वाह, very good. Proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. ठीक है. चलो हार्दिक, ब्रेक लेने के पहले मुझे बताओ कहाँ कहाँ पे गलती हुआ था.
सर कौन से में?
कोई गलती नहीं.
सर ये जो अभी वाले क्वेश्चंस करे?
हाँ.
नहीं सर, इसमें नहीं था गलती.
यस. और आप पूरा सॉल्व करते बैठते हो या मेरे जैसा ही सिर्फ
नहीं
अभी?
सर, अब सर टी फॉर्मेट में बैलेंस शीट और पीसी एंड नेट एसेट्स.
अच्छा, टी फॉर्मेट में ही बना लेते हो, मतलब टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करते अभी. बट
नहीं
एक दो क्वेश्चंस करके देखना फेयर करते टाइम. हाँ,
ओके सर.
फेयर में पूरा करना. बट ऐसे अभी आपको टेक्निक्स भी मिल गए हैं पूरे.
यस सर.
अच्छा ठीक है, चलो टेक अ ब्रेक. solve 11 number in break and we will do this question after break, every one of you beta. So we will meet at 8:40. चलिए.
थैंक यू सर.
Okay. Yes. Illustration 11. Isha. ईशा आंसर देना है बेटा आपको. चलो नीरू.
Good morning, sir.
हाँ चलिए स्टार्ट
Yes.
बेटा. बैलेंस शीट
Yes.
इज गिवन. हम्म.
B Limited has acquired the business of A Limited.
हम्म.
The following scheme of merger was approved.
हम्म.
A B Limited transferor company and A Limited is transferee company.
हाँ. B
B
Limited
Limited
is
transferor company,
acquired the business of A Limited.
transferee company, sorry,
क्या कर रही हो बेटा. हाँ.
and A Limited transferor.
हम्म.
Banks agreed to waive off the loan of rupees 60,000 of B Limited.
लोन छोड़ दिया. कितने का.
Yes, 60,000 rupees.
रुपीज इन 1000.
Yes.
So minus 60. हम्म.
B Limited will reduce its shares to rupees 10 per share and the consolidate 10 such shares into one share of rupees 100 each.
10 पर शेयर पे लाया मतलब माइनस 900.
Yes, sir.
करेक्ट है.
Yes, sir.
हम्म. And then consolidated 10 shares of 100 each. Means now how many shares beta? See 100 rupees का शेयर था तो 10 shares थे.
Yes, sir.
तो 10 shares के अभी एक रिड्यूस करके उन्होंने 10 रुपीज पे लाए तो माइनस 900 किया. दे डिडक्टेड माइनस 900. ओके. एंड नाउ 10 शेयर्स के 10 शेयर्स मतलब नाउ 100 शेयर्स ही उनके पास है.
Yes, sir.
यस. तो हम लोग अभी कैलकुलेशन आई विल शो यू इन एंट्री. चलो.
Yes.
हम्म.
Trade payables of B Limited includes rupees 100,000 payable to A Limited.
ओके. इंटर कंपनी विंग्स.
Yes. The shareholders third point. Sorry, sir, miss.
नाउ टेल मी व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट एंट्री दे विल पास. बी लिमिटेड.
Yes.
Now beta, here we open. Acha, now this question of internal reconstruction.
Yes.
We are going to start this internal reconstruction from Thursday.
B Limited. Yes.
Okay, so Thursday से अपन start कर रहे. But meanwhile, I will explain you this concept. See, loan waived. Loan को कौन सा balance होता है? Normally, loan has which balance?
Credit balance.
So we have to reduce it. So we have to give
Debit balance.
debit. So loan from bank account debit 60. And we open this temporary account.
Yes.
And that temporary account name is either capital reduction or you can call it as reconstruction account.
Reconstruction.
What we call it as?
Reconstruction.
Very good, beta. We will call it as reconstruction account. Okay.
Yes.
Next. Then,
Equity share.
equity share capital account debit to equity share capital to capital reduction.
Yes.
Yes. So this is we reduce capital rupees 100, no?
Yes, sir.
Now your new face value. यहाँ पे गलती हुआ है. New face value is rupees 10. New face value is rupees
10.
10. and therefore you reduce 90 rupees.
Yes, sir.
So total 90 reduce means 900 is reduced total.
Yes.
And now again you consolidated from 10 to 100.
Yes.
Okay, so now it is not reduced, but again face value change.
Yes.
Okay, so why we are doing this? Because first we reduce the liability and we consolidate to 100 rupees once again. So what is the benefit of this? Benefit is very simple, that your loss making company will be in now. See, you can see B Limited has a huge loss.
Yes.
What is the huge loss to B Limited? 800 rupees.
800 rupees.
Now, this is the important entry. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this question is known as internal reconstruction question plus amalgamation. So इसमें these new adjustments, ये दो entries का था. Yes, we
Yes.
are going to see this entry, so don't get panic. These entries we will do it in the internal reconstruction chapter from Thursday. पर अभी के लिए इतना याद रखो, these two entries. One more time, read these three entries. चलो, all these four entries you read it.
Loan from bank account debit 60,000 rupees to capital reduction account 60,000.
No, don't tell 60,000, only 60 rupees
sir.
in thousand. Huh?
Second, equity share capital account debit 1,000 to equity share capital account 100 and to capital reduction account 900. Equity share capital account debit 100 rupees to equity share capital 100. Capital reduction account debit 960 to profit and loss account 800 to capital reserve 160. Business purchase account debit.
Wait. How many shares are there of A Limited? 2,000?
Yes, sir.
So their
2,000.
company we are giving same share, no? So business
Yes.
purchase to liquidator.
Yes.
What is the asset total?
Asset.
A Limited?
4,050.
What is liability total?
1,050.
So what is the balancing figure? 4050 minus 1,050.
3,000.
And 3,000 business we got it for? What? 2,000 only, no?
Yes, sir.
Now, beta, you can solve this question by merger method also.
Yes.
And purchase method also. But now institute use here merger method. So where you are going to adjust the reserves are also taken over. So 1,000 is the reserves.
Yes, sir.
And liquidator to equity share capital and trade payable to trade receivable. Simple.
Yes.
And after that, these entries you have to pass. You have to pass your balance sheet. Abhi balance sheet, loan from bank. कितने से reduce किया?
60.
60. Capital reduction is a temporary account. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Equity share capital. Now ultimate equity share capital is 100 only, no?
Yes,
900 से reduce किया.
Yes.
And face value is 100 only now. New face value is 100 only.
Yes, sir.
P&L 0 कर दिया.
Yes.
And what is the balance in capital reduction? Capital reserve 160 rupees.
160 rupees.
Now business purchase to liquidator simple. ये तो नहीं. PPE. PPE कितने में खरीदा? 2,700. Non-current investment is there. Trade receivable 400 and cash equivalent 250. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
All assets are taken over. Trade
Yes.
payable 300 and long-term borrowings and debentures. So all assets and liabilities are taken over. To business purchase is a temporary account and reserves are also taken over.
Yes, sir.
Now what is the balance in reserves and surplus? It will be 1,160. 60 rupees balance.
Yes.
Okay, 1,060. Equity share capital we are going to increase by 2,000.
2,000.
And trade payable, trade receivable -100, -100. So what is the equity share capital total? 1,000 minus 900 plus 2,000. So 2,100. Share capital. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Reserve surplus 1,060. Long-term borrowings
500.
1,200. 500?
No,
No, sorry. 750 plus 450 minus 60 plus 750. 1,140.
yes, sir.
Then this is trade payable 500. And short-term borrowings bank OD
50 rupees. No, 50.
So my 4850 and here it is -100 and trade receivable is also -100.
Yes.
तो बताओ कितना 2,100 1,160 1,140 500 and 4,950 or what? Sorry. This is 1,160. Sorry, ये मेरा गलत हुआ.
Okay.
1,160. 1,160. 1,000 plus 160. Capital reserve 1,000 plus 160. 4,950 and this is also 4,950. Our balance sheet
Yes.
is tallying at 4,950. So what is new in this question, beta? Internal
Sir.
reconstruction plus
Yes.
amalgamation. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Bas, over. Yes, can you tell me one more time entries?
Yes, sir.
What is the first entry?
Loan account debit to capital reduction.
Next.
Equity share capital account debit to equity share capital to capital reduction.
Very good. Then
Equity share capital account debit to equity share capital.
very good. Next.
Next is liabilities. Nah.
Business purchase. No, capital reduction to P&L to capital reserve.
Capital reduction.
कैपिटल रिडक्शन का बैलेंस 0 किया ना 960 टू
Yes, sir.
P&L टू कैपिटल रिजर्व.
Yes.
ये एंट्री याद रखना. एंड बाकी की एंट्री सिंपल है. बिजनेस परचेस टू लिक्विडेटर, एसेट्स टू लायबिलिटीज टू रिजर्व. और कौन सा मेथड फॉलो किया हमने?
Merger method.
मर्जर मेथड. यू कैन सॉल्व इट बाय परचेस ऑल्सो.
Yes, sir.
If you assume reserves are not taken over, this problem can be solved by purchase also.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Kambeshwari, do you have any doubt?
Sir, I prepared the capital reduction ledger, sir. It is right, sir, no?
Yes.
For entries purpose.
ओके नो प्रॉब्लम, पर टाइम वेस्ट मत करो, नहीं बनाया तो भी चलेगा।
नहीं सर, मतलब समझने के लिए सर, यहीं पर
हाँ
ही।
बनाया तो क्या, वो एडलेस हाथ हैंड इससे भी आ जाता है ना,
यस सर।
ओरली भी कर सकते हो। आई विल टीच यू इट इन दी इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन।
ओके सर।
हाँ चलो, वेरी गुड बेटा।
Thank you, sir.
नेक्स्ट Madhukar, would you like to answer? TYK 9. Don't worry, I will help you out. Yes, Madhukar ji. No. मानवी, मानवी आप जितना डरोगे ना वो आपको हेल्प नहीं होने वाला ये टॉपिक का। नेहा, नेहा बिना डरे बोलो बेटा।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
हाँ बोलो, बिंदास बोलने का बेटा आंसर। कहाँ से हो आप?
आई एम फ्रॉम बैंगलोर सर।
बैंगलोर, हाँ चलो, सो स्टार्ट।
सर TYK 9 राइट?
TYK 9. Have you solved?
नो सर।
Why?
Sir, I'm not understanding how to find out it is merger method or purchase method.
It's very simple. See, now what is given? Yes limited, absorb no limited. So at least you should come in the class, ask me questions, you try one question so I will understand where are you getting wrong answers.
Yes, sir.
Try कीजिए थोड़ा सा. चलो, the members of no limited are to get one equity share of yes limited issued at a premium of 2 rupees per share for every 5 shares held in the no limited. Now tell me, who is transferee and who is transferor?
Yes limited is transferee, no limited is transferor.
Whether any revaluation of any asset?
No sir.
No revaluation. Now one share, how many shares are there?
Shares. 5.
5 share capital, 10 fully paid. So can I write 0.5 shares?
Yes sir.
For every 5 shares, they are getting 1 share at 12 rupees.
Yes sir.
Say yes or no.
Yes sir.
So what is the PC that they are paying?
1.2.
Correct. So is it difficult to calculate PC?
No sir.
No. Now assets are not revaluing. You are paying PC directly without net asset calculation. So one assumption is that reserves are taken over. What is the first assumption?
Reserves are taken over.
And what is the second assumption?
Reserves are not taken over.
So this problem you can solve by both methods.
Purchase method and merger method.
Understood?
Yes
If
sir.
there is a single revaluation of asset, then we will call it as.
Purchase method.
So what is difficult in this?
Nothing sir. Now I understand sir.
And now institute only mentioned in the question that you have to solve this question by using merger method. Okay. So now we'll solve it by merger only.
Okay sir.
You are asked to prepare entries in both books. Don't refer answer. Tell me the entries without looking into book. Have you revised it? Entries?
Yes sir.
Okay. So what is the first entry in the transferor books?
Transferor books. Business purchase account debit.
Transferor books.
Realization.
Old, na? Transferor means old.
Old. Realization account.
Realization to?
Asset account.
Now tell me. Don't refer answer, beta.
Yes sir.
How many assets are there?
6.
Total assets. Total is given, no?
133, sir.
Now tell me, are you doing entries in the books of transferee or transferor?
40, sir.
ठीक है, it's okay. You are facing me first time, so I will definitely help you out. But this will definitely improve your confidence.
Yes, sir.
How much?
40, sir.
To answer it in the class in front of sir is very difficult, Neha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And few students, hardly there are 10-20 students who can face me. And those who are attending it in the live is also, see, in India, I'm giving you challenge. No one will take it in this way.
Yes, sir.
Chaliye. So, how many liabilities are there?
Long-term borrowings and current liabilities.
So second entry, liabilities to
realization.
amount
40, sir.
Why 40 beta? Only two liabilities are there. Why you are taking total?
25.
25. What is the next entry?
Next, business purchase account.
Business purchase and transfer books? Or PC due?
PC due, sir.
What is the PC due entry? PC due means from whom you will receive the amount.
From Yes Limited.
So Yes Limited is your debtor, no?
Yes, sir.
To?
Yes Limited debit to realization.
Okay, I will help you out. Amount, what is the PC you calculated?
1.2.
1.2. Whether there is any preference share?
No, sir.
No preference share, pakka?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then whether there is any equity share?
Yes, sir.
So equity share capital, to whom we are transferring it?
Equity shareholders.
So equity share capital account debit. How much?
5, sir.
5. Very good. You are answering it. Then resource and surplus also transferred.
Yes, sir.
What is the resource and surplus?
10.
Very good. 2?
To equity shareholders account.
Very good. 15 rupees.
15.
Next entry. PC discharge.
Yes, sir. Equity shareholders account debit to equity shareholders account.
Equity shareholder to equity shareholder?
Equity shares in Yes Limited account debit to equity shareholders account.
Whether equity shareholder is giving you PC or Yes Limited is giving you PC?
Yes Limited.
So Yes Limited is debtor over here. Now they becomes giver, no?
Yes, sir.
How much?
15. 1.2.
1.2 they will give you. Now next entry. What is the next entry? Realization expenses. Whether there are any realization expenses?
No, sir.
No. Then after realization expenses, you pay to preference shareholder. There is no preference shareholder.
Yes, sir.
Then after payment of preference shareholder, there is an entry for
Equity shareholders.
loss or profit on realization, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what is the balance of realization? 40.
40.
Take on calci. 40 debit.
Minus 25.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
25 minus
15, sir.
15. And 1.2 minus
13.8.
So what is the entry? 13.8. Debit is more, no beta?
Yes, sir.
Debit is more means loss.
Profit, sir.
Loss. Debit is more. Debit all expenses and losses. So equity shareholder account debit to realization. How much?
13.8.
Loss transferred. And now you are paying to equity shareholder how much? To equity shares in Yes Limited 1.2.
1.2.
And see your equity shareholder account 15 rupees credit,
Yes, sir.
13.8 debit and 1.2 debit means debit and credit are matching. So equity shareholder account is tallying.
Tallying.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now what are mistakes? See beta. Now if you want to revise it properly, yes, what I have seen, you haven't revised these entries properly.
No, sir, I'm revising it, but I'm not getting this.
Why you are not getting it? See, first, how to recall beta? First, you talk to yourself, realization, asset transferred, then liabilities transferred. Now, this is a sequence. Third entry, then PC due.
PCD.
Now, there is no more preference share capital in this question. So, equity share capital and reserves and surplus transferred to equity shareholder. Then PC discharge. Then realization profit or loss transferred. So here it is loss. And then equity shareholders paid. How many entries you have to pass in this question?
7 entries.
7 entries. There are 10 entries, but we are not concerned for preference shareholder. Therefore, 2 entries we won't consider. Preference share capital to preference shareholder and preference shareholder to payment. And realization expenses are not there. So 3 entries we are not concerned. So out of 10, we have to pass only 7 entries. Then you can recall it 1 more time, 2 more times, 3 more times. Asset transferred, realization to asset. Focus. I will ask you these entries. Liability transferred, liability to realization. PC due. PC due means paisa aega. So new company, transferee company, Yes Limited to realization. Then equity share capital and reserves and surplus transferred. Capital credit balance, reserves and surplus credit balance. Now give debit. So equity share capital account debit, reserves and surplus account debit to equity shareholder. Now PC discharge. Now what we are getting from that company? That company is a giver. Yes Limited credit. And we are getting equity shares in S Limited. So equity shares in Yes Limited to Yes Limited. Realization loss आया था. Loss. Why loss? Because realization account debit is more. Debit is more. Now we will give credit to realization account and loss will be absorbed by equity shareholder. So equity shareholder realization को credit करेंगे and equity shareholder we will give debit. And last entry, equity shareholders we paid. So equity shareholder account debit to equity shares in new company in Yes Limited share goes out. Equity shareholder are receiver. Correct, Neha?
Yes,
But
sir.
what happens when after class, every student has to do this exercise for 10 to 15 minutes. And we are not doing that exercise, and that's why we are finding this chapter difficult. One more time. Chalo, you only tell me. See how many entries you are getting correct. And this is very simple sequence you can do. Not only in my subject. In costing also you write down all these steps. And after breaking into steps, you revise it properly. And see whether you are getting result or not. 100% you will get result. Positive result. But recalling is the problem of CS student. Bolo. Asset trans. Now, and one more exercise. When you are doing revision, you can go it in reverse sequence also.
Okay, sir.
Equity shareholder paid. What is the entry?
Equity shareholders account debit to realization.
Why realization? We are paying them realization or we are paying them equity shares in Yes Limited?
Equity shares in Yes Limited.
One more time. Equity shareholder paid.
Realization account debit to equity shares in Yes Limited.
अरे इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर वी आर पेइंग नो, तो इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर आर रिसीवर टू इक्विटी शेयर्स इन यस लिमिटेड. फोकस बेटा. नेहा, you are aware of all these things. Don't get panic. Only focus on these 7 entries. I will change your 100% focus कि ये पूरा का पूरा you will understand. Don't worry. But now focus and don't think that you are not getting it. You are master of amalgamation. Feel like this. Yes, now you focus. Equity shareholder paid. Whether realization will come in picture? No. Equity shareholder account and equity shares in Yes Limited. Only 2 accounts will be there. Yes. What is the entry?
Equity shareholders account debit to equity shares in Yes Limited account.
One more time.
Equity shareholder account debit to equity shares in Yes Limited account.
Why you are talking about realization? There is no realization.
Yes.
Okay. Next, realization loss transfer.
Realization.
Who will bear first? Try to understand accounts. Who will bear this loss?
Equity shareholders.
Now loss has which balance?
Debit balance.
So now we are cancelling it. So realization we will give credit.
Credit. Equity shareholders account debit to realization account.
Very good. Next, equity shareholder paid.
Equity shareholders account debit to equity shares in Yes Limited account.
Very good. Realization loss transferred.
Equity shareholders account debit to realization account.
Very good. PC. Now see, who is giving you PC?
Yes Limited.
Yes Limited. So Yes Limited is a receiver or giver?
Giver.
Giver has which balance?
Credit balance.
Credit balance. And what you are getting?
Cash.
Whether cash you are getting or equity shares in Yes Limited you are getting?
Shares, equity shares.
So what you are getting comes in. So what comes in?
Equity shares comes in.
Equity shares in Yes Limited account debit. And who is giving it?
Yes Limited.
So Yes Limited is a credit giver. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now equity shareholder paid. One more time.
Equity shareholder account debit to equity shares in Yes Limited account.
Very good. Realization loss transferred.
Equity shareholder account debit to realization account.
PC discharge.
Equity shareholders account debit to Yes Limited account.
Equity shareholder they are paying you or they are paying you equity shares in Yes Limited?
Equity shares in Yes Limited account debit to
One wrong again. Equity shareholder paid. Focus.
equity shareholders account debit to equity shares in Yes Limited account.
Realization loss transferred.
Equity shareholders account debit to realization account.
PC discharge.
Equity shares in Yes Limited account debit to Yes Limited account.
Very good. Now equity share capital and reserves and surplus transferred. Normally capital has which balance?
Credit balance.
Now we are giving
Debit balance.
cancelling debit. So equity share capital account debit,
Reserves
reserves and surplus account debit to
equity shareholders account.
again equity shareholder paid.
Equity equity shareholders account debit to equity shares in Yes Limited account.
Realization loss transferred.
Equity shareholders account debit to realization account.
PC discharge.
Equity shares in Yes Limited account debit to Yes Limited account.
Very good. Equity share capital and reserves and surplus transferred to equity shareholder.
Equity share capital account debit, reserves and surplus debit to equity shareholders.
Very good. PC. Now who will give you PC?
Yes Limited.
S Limited. So S Limited is your debtor or creditor?
Debtor, sir.
Debtor. Debtor has which balance?
Debit balance.
Debit balance to realization.
Yes Limited account debit to realization.
Liabilities transferred.
Liabilities account debit to realization.
And asset transferred.
Realization account debit to asset account.
Now what happened, you know? when you studied, you always focus on 3-4 entries.
Yes, sir.
And whenever, so these entries are very easy for you. But what happened when we solve this problem, last entries are difficult for you because you never think in this way. Ki one entry, if I'm getting wrong, I will do that entry. Second entry I got wrong, I will do last entry plus second last entry. Then you have to start like this. So sometimes you can, if you are understanding this question from beginning, sometimes you may solve it from the end. And this is the quick revision of problem. Easy.
Easy, sir.
Now see the change. Now you can pass any entry.
Yes, sir.
Yes, only 10 entries are there. Is it difficult?
No, sir.
But problem is that you never speak in the class. So I cannot read your mind. Always try to answer in the class.
Okay, sir. I will try, sir.
Now we are having only 2 chapters, internal reconstruction and branch accounts. So other students who never answered, try to answer it. Though you are getting wrong answer. See, you got the wrong answer in equity shoulder paid. You got confused in equity share capital. You got confused in loss transfer. Now see, now you are 100% clear with all entries. If I ask you randomly entries, now you can answer it. What is the PC discharge entry?
PC discharge.
Huh.
Equity
What?
share.
Huh.
Equity
Very good.
shares in S Limited account debit to S Limited account.
Now see, what is the entry for equity share capital and resource and surplus transferred?
Equity share capital account debit, reserves and surplus account debit to equity shareholders account.
What is the entry for PC due?
S Limited account debit to equity shares in S Limited account.
Acha, PC due, they are giving you PC in the form of shares or it is realization?
Sorry, sir, realization.
So one entry you got wrong. Again, you will revise it after answering all entries. It's okay. Liability transferred.
Liabilities account debit to realization.
Yes, only one entry you got wrong. Realization lots transferred. What is the entry?
Equity shareholders account debit to realization.
What is the PC due entry?
S Limited account debit to realization.
Now see, every entry you can answer it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now give me 1,000 rupees. Hmm?
I will give you, sir.
No, just kidding. It's not like that. But now see, after 15-20 minutes, now everyone who never answered, they are clear now. Jai Lakshmi ji. Yes, wait. Jai Lakshmi. They don't want to answer. Okay. Yes, Neha. Very good, beta.
Thank you, sir.
Madhukar, whether you want to answer, still no. Now confusion gone, beta.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Chalo. Now you only tell me. Next question. And now what are the entries in these books? Business purchase to liquidator 1.2.
Yes,
Correct?
yes, sir.
Purchase. Then assets are transferred and resource and surplus balancing figure because it's a merger method. Liquidator account debit to equity share capital to
securities premium.
Premium 1 and 0.2 because 10% extra, correct? 20% extra you are paying.
Yes, sir.
0.2, correct? 2 rupees premium. And then, this is the entry, hidden entry. Now you can check, beta, unsecured loan from Yes Limited. And in Yes Limited book, you have long-term loan to No Limited. So this 10 and this 10 will get cancelled, hidden entry. Intercompany owings. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So unsecured loan has a credit balance, long-term borrowing. So we will give debit and investment as debit balance, we will give credit. So unsecured loan account debit to loan to no limited. Got the concept?
Yes, sir.
Credit and debit we are cancelling. Over. Is it difficult?
No, sir.
These questions are very simple questions. This question we already solved. Okay. TYK 12. Sorry. TYK 10 is the last question of the day. 11. Yes. Neha?
Sir,
Read this adjustment.
the assets and liabilities of both the companies were taken over by the new company at their book values. The companies were allotted equity shares of rupees 100 each in lieu of purchase consideration amounting to 30,000, 20,000 for Superfast Express Limited and 10,000 for Fast Express Limited.
Okay.
Prepare
Opening
opening
balance sheet.
balance sheet of Superfast Express Limited.
See. 30,000 shares, rupees 30,000. Correct?
Yes, sir.
In module also it is 30,000.
Yes, sir. 30,000.
See, cancel this word rupees. In module it is given 30,000 rupees or only rupees 30,000.
Yes, sir. Rupees 30,000.
So cancel that 30,000. This is number.
Okay, sir.
Module માં wrong છે. 30,000 મને તે ટાઈપ કરીને મોકલો. Module mistake. 30,000 shares. आंसर 30,000 शेयर से लिया हुआ है और 30,000 रुपीज वहां पे लिखा है. हाँ, शेयर्स 30,000 करो. TY के 10, 11. Okay, beta, understood?
Yes, sir.
So this is actually number, see, beta, this balance sheet is very simple. Yes, beta, Hardik, where is a mistake? You can type it and send on that number, on our branch number, beta. So I will rectify it. Okay. So हार्दिक ये भी आप टाइप करके भेज दो मिस्टेक. See beta, this question is very simple. Nothing is difficult. 20 lakhs and 10 lakhs. And this question you have to solve it by pulling up interest method. Pulling up interest method means merger. कौन सी मेथड है ये?
Merger method.
तो मर्जर मेथड है तो जस्ट एड इट. Easy, easy, easy.
Yes, sir.
So just balance sheet you have to add it. And see, 30 lakhs you are getting 30 lakhs only. So there is no loss, there is no profit to adjust it in the general reserve. So this question is nothing but only adding the balance sheet.
Yes, sir.
For 30 lakhs share capital, you are paying 30 lakhs only, no?
Yes, sir.
So just add it. Simple. Is it difficult?
No, sir.
No. TYK 12. Huh. Yes. Read the adjustment.
All the bills receivable held by V Limited were P Limited's acceptances.
So this is intercompany owings. What is the bills receivable amount? What is the bills receivable amount? अच्छा नीचे दिया हुआ है of V Limited.
Bills receivables 80, sir.
80. And this is 120. So I will deduct 80 from here and 80 from here. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Correct or not?
Correct, sir.
P Limited took over the V Limited in the amalgamation in the nature of merger. Merger means reserves are taken over or not taken over?
Not taken over.
Huh?
Reserves are taken over, sir.
Bapre.
Sorry, sir.
Merger method, beta, reserves are taken over.
Yes, sir.
I got shocked. It was agreed in the discharge of the consideration of the business P Limited would allot 3 fully paid equity shares of 10 each for every 2 shares in V Limited. How many number of shares of V Limited, beta? Face value is rupees 10. Yes. Can you tell me number of shares of V Limited? Face value is 10.
60,000, sir.
Why 60,000? 600, no? 6,000 is a share capital. 10 rupees one share. So how many shares are there?
600 shares.
Why you are answering
Sir,
60,000?
I took it in lakhs, sir. Amount.
Why in lakhs? I already told you, don't refer these. Whatever figures you have, you consider only that. Don't convert it into lakhs. You will 100% get confused.
Okay, sir.
Don't refer rupees in lakhs. Don't convert it. How many shares?
600 shares.
See, to convert 6,000 in lakhs, you have to use 5 zeros. Is it possible?
No, sir.
So better you keep it in the lakhs only. And if you divide it by 10 also, whether you are getting the 60,000.
No, sir.
So it's better to keep it as
it is.
6,000 only.
6,000.
Don't refer that lakhs or thousand. At the end, you can write over there rupees in thousand.
Okay, sir.
So 6,600 shares. How many shares you are paying? 3 shares for every 2 shares. So should I divide by 3 or should I divide by 2?
3, sir.
Acha, 600 shares of whom?
600 shares of V Limited.
Acha. So this 600 shares belongs to P Limited or V Limited?
V Limited, sir.
V Limited. Then how many shares you are paying of V Limited?
3 shares for every 2 shares.
Okay. So if this is V Limited, so in denominator also I should consider V Limited. And in numerator I should consider P Limited. So how many V Limited shares we are paying?
2 shares.
So I should consider 2 here.
Yes, sir.
And 3 in the numerator. What do you consider?
I did wrong, sir.
Okay. Understood now logic?
Yes, sir.
You write like this, P Limited, V Limited, V Limited. So it will be easy for you. I already taught you this technique.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the PC?
900. 9,000.
9,000. and debentures will be same. 1,000, you will have 1,000 only. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So now, whether there is any change in the assets value.
No, sir.
So business purchase account debit to liquidator. What is the amount, beta?
9,000.
All assets you will take over at book value only.
Yes, sir.
What is the book value?
6,750.
All assets taken, no? So can I do it by one or I will take in revision total?
Total, sir.
Total. So 12,500. How many liabilities are there?
Long-term borrowings.
Trade payable and
And
short-term
short
provisions.
provisions.
So what are the liabilities total?
2,165.
2,165. Resource also taken over.
Yes, sir.
But wait. Okay. 4,335.
Yes.
Wait. And what is the business purchase?
9,000.
9,000. So what is the net figure of this? 12,500 minus 2,165 minus 4,335. It is 6,000. Net figure.
6,000. Yes, sir.
But what we pay them? 9,000.
9,000.
So we are in loss or profit?
Profit, sir. Loss, sir.
Loss. Loss of?
3,000.
So that will be adjusted in reserves.
Reserves.
So what will be my reserves total? We don't record it in goodwill or capital reserve, no beta, here. Here we record it in the reserves. So what is the balancing figure?
1,335.
1,335. Check whether it is tallying or not. 2,165 plus 1,335 plus 9,000 tallying with 12,500.
Yes, sir. Telling.
Next. Liquidator account debit to equity share capital 9,000. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Debentures we are paying same amount.
Yes, sir.
Only interest rate change from 12% to
From 13%.
very good beta. Don't get nervous beta. It's okay. You answered well. Some entries you got wrong. Some entries you got correct. And then intercompany owings cancel. What we are cancelling beta? Bills payable and bills receivable.
Yes.
So what will be the entry?
Bills payable account debit to bills
Bills
receivable.
receivable. 80/80. Khatam. Over. Understood?
Yes, sir.
This 3,000 we deducted it from general reserve. See, assets total is 12,500. General reserve we deduct 3,000. That's losses. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And one more point. There is 1 lakh ka realization expenses. So realization expense entry will be general reserve account debit to bank.
Bank.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Khatam ho gaya beta. And then by looking into journal entries, you have to add it balance sheet. And you have to tally your balance sheet. Khatam. So how to do this? Plant and machinery you will add by?
Bank.
5,000 plus furniture by 1,750. Okay. Simply you have to add it. Balance sheet. And resource, how much you resource add? You will add? Whether you will add full resource or only 200?
Only 200.
200 and P&L 825. And afterwards you will deduct 1 rupee from cash resource minus 1. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And you will cancel 80 rupees of bills payable and bills receivable from trade payable and trade receivable. And your balance sheet will get tallied. Easy.
Easy, sir.
Now do this balance sheet at least. So we finished how many questions, beta?
2 questions.
2 TYK questions, 3 TYK questions.
3 TYK and their illustrations 2.
And we completed 11,
9.
10, 9, and 8 is your homework. 8 is very easy. You can solve it by both methods. 8 you can solve it by both methods. Neha.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so take screenshots. नेहा
Sir, yes, sir.
आज कॉन्फिडेंस आया बेटा?
Yes, sir.
क्यों डर रही हो इतना?
Don't know, sir.
Why you have fear for amalgamation? You are answering really very well, beta. Why are you getting confused?
Now I clear, sir.
You will do it.
Yes, sir. I have confidence.
Yes, very good. Hardik? In what cases we can solve by both methods? If net payment method is given and nothing is given for reserves and surplus and asset revaluation,
Sir,
then yes.
sir, in net assets method, if it is a given, then we can like sir, if net payment method is given and there is no such changes, then we can solve it by both the methods. And sir, if a net assets method is given, then revaluation will be done then only by purchase method. Revaluation.
Yes. चलो फटाफट करो.
Sir, done, sir.
Screenshot 1.
Done, sir.
Two.
Done, sir.
3. Up to date है बेटा notebook? Hardik?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
4.
Done, sir.
5.
Done, sir.
अभी आंखें बंद करके भी टैली होता है क्या तेरा?
नहीं सर ये तो नहीं हो सकता सर.
अभी इजी लगता है ना पर?
हाँ जी सर. डन सर.
बहुत पॉइंट्स बताए मैंने तुझे.
हाँ जी सर. डन सर.
I am taking it first time in BOS batch. Amalgamation का पहला ही सेशन है मेरा इधर.
डन सर.
तो हार्दिक थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा पढ़ा लिया ना बेटा मैंने?
यस सर.
यस बोल रहा है.
डन सर. डन सर. डन सर.
ऐसा कोई चैप्टर हार्दिक कि जिसमें आपको मेरे से ज्यादा उम्मीद है
मतलब सर?
कि मैं वो चैप्टर और डिटेल में करवाऊं?
नहीं सर, सारे हो ही गए आप तो सर। मतलब काफी अच्छे से हो गए थे सर ये वाले तो, क्योंकि सर यही मेजर अकाउंटिंग के पार्ट्स आते हैं सर जिधर सबसे ज्यादा फंसते हैं।
चलो ठीक है। Yes,
डन सर।
other students also suggest me, if you have any doubt in any chapter that I should take it in
डन
detail.
सर।
Consolidation is not my area, Preeti. तो कंसल्टेशन सब लोग जो मैंने लिया नहीं है वही बोल रहे हो, हाँ? तांबेश्वरी भी।
डन सर।
कौन सा स्क्रीनशॉट चल रहा था रे?
सर 15।
16।
अब 16। डन सर। डन सर।
हाँ
डन सर।
बेटा। आज बहुत लिखना है क्या रे?
नहीं सर, कुछ क्वेश्चंस पहले से ही करे हुए थे तो वो प्रेजेंटेशन सर सेम थी, आपकी जैसी रखी थी। डन सर। डन सर।
आज बहुत लिखना है।
डन सर। डन सर। डन सर।
आप कब लिखते हो हार्दिक ये सब?
सर रात को।
कितना टाइम जाता है?
सर लग जाता है सर 3 से 4 घंटे। डन सर। डन सर। डन सर। डन सर। डन सर। डन सर। डन सर।
बस।
यस सर।
सो 12 क्वेश्चन तक का दे दिया। टुमारो विल सॉल्व सम exam questions plus remaining questions. Okay, so tomorrow's session is also very important, and from Thursday we are going to start with a new chapter. Thank you, take care, bye bye,
थैंक यू सर।
over, good day.